This is a continued discussion from the previous episode of Nose to Tail, a podcast where we explore the world of aviation lifecycle solutions, insights, and more. Presented by Jet Midwest.
When you talk through the intro, you walk through some steps that you kind of have gone through in your career. Is there a particular pivot point or important role that you transitioned into that really impacted your career, where you really took a developmental step, and maybe help us understand how you went through that journey?
Yeah, the first position that was really amazing for me was handling the phase-in, phase-out engine for Air France. This is an equation. You have planning, techniques, contract aspects. You need to respect the local requirement. You need to dig in the technical side, and you learn a lot. You have a lot of physics on engines. This is my background. So definitely this was a confirmation that I fell in love with this product and no way to escape and to do something else so far. I'm not saying other products are not good, but I still learn every day. So this is a major point. Let's say the crucial point for me in my career. Being at Bonus Tech, it's an amazing opportunity for me, just working with smaller company, so different culture. I love that. American culture is very different from, so I'm learning every day with that. So thank you for that. Very grateful for my company today for that. And it's an opportunity to put in practice everything or a lot of things I've learned. From warehousing, you have some, contractual, you have some, marketing, you have some, commercial, you have some, production, you have some. What else? So it's really fun. It's really fun. And it's even better when you share all this amazing period with a team. So, no, I'm super happy. That's it.
That's great. You know, again, everybody that I talk to always has this unbelievable passion, and kind of the more we talk, the more it comes out of us, you know, that we really love what we do. And, you know, there's so many unique things that we could be doing in this business, and everybody, even if they only do one thing, I'm sure that the guy down the hall who only handles fasteners, he's an aviation fastener guy. He loves fasteners, you know, and you love engines and tearing them down. I love airplanes and tearing them down. So that's really awesome. You know, this whole business really attracts a certain kind of person who can handle the pressure and handle the stress of being able to meet deadlines and manage things that go poorly. What kind of projects out there have you done that you're most proud of, where maybe you overcome some really significant obstacle? You know, if you're not aware, Jet Midwest motto is challenge accepted. And it really is the fabric of who we are, everybody in the building. Hey, we've got this problem today. And like you said, the team rallies, says, okay, we got to solve this. We don't really have a choice. We don't care how it landed in our laps. We just know that we need to deal with this now, and we'll do some preventative maintenance later on how to not have it happen again. But maybe you can give me some ideas of some times when you had to overcome a challenge and kind of what that looked like with your team.
I have two in mind that pop up right now. The first one was a project to implement boroscope inspection skills in the shop in France. And it was a challenge to, let's say with the team, to have, for instance, 100 mechanics performing boroscope inspection. And we realized with everybody within our shop that it is a specialty. I would make the parallel with doctors. You have generalists and you have specialists. So this skill needs to rely on specialists. So it was a project to change from 100 and let's say more 15 people really more accurate. So it was a matter of working with people, humans, not that easy, but super interesting to benefit the experience, because at that time I was younger, we always need experienced people. It's always a good mix between both generations, I would say. So super exciting project. And the second one was more when I was technical sales director to sell engine services worldwide. And it was to increase the turnover for our company, but minded with the spirit of a team, to try to better understand, to listen more customers, and realizing that what we are offering is great, but customers need sometimes something else, some details that for us might be details, but for customers, it's a lot of added value. And to develop the turnover more with the whole team, listening customers, to adapt our service sometimes, total cost of ownership. A practical example is when a customer needs a shop visit. he doesn't need only shop visit. He needs to reduce his total costs. So we can propose solutions, alternative solutions that as a basis of discussion. And many times it happens and we made the deal because we were able with the team, of course, to propose something very adapted to the customer's need. And sometimes on some needs, latent need, he even didn't think of. So we help each other to, in this discussion, to understand what's the situation and then to propose something in line with the needs. So two examples that even talking about that make me think that we have to continue in this business anyway.
Well, certainly it's forever growing, right?
For sure.
So obviously in our line of business, we're very blessed to be able to travel all over the world and visit some great places and meet some great people. And, I'd like to find out, where is it that you've been that you maybe would return to, and where's the place you haven't gone yet that's on the bucket list?
Yeah, on the previous position, I made probably all continents. Asia was really different culture and very interesting. US, I'm there, but it's a very good place to me. South America as well, Colombia, etc. Now I traveled a lot, still a lot of culture to discover. Maybe Africa could be interesting as well to more develop. The question is quite difficult because I've been in a lot of places, as all of us, and the major point to me is more about to discover people. That's it. To meet people, to exchange, and to share good experience. That's it.
Yeah. So early on in my traveling career, as a young entrepreneur, I did not give myself any time anywhere. I would go from city to city, and my wife would say, "Hey, what did you do something? What'd you do while you were there?" I flew in. I'm in aviation, so the office is at the airport. So I went to their office. We ate dinner at the hotel, and then I went back to the airport and went home. So I saw the Marriott and the airport. and she kept hearing this story over and over again. And she said, "Why don't you just stay an extra day?" I go, "I can't. I got to come home. I got stuff to do." And she said, "You're already there. You take all this time." I had taken a trip to Spain, and I spent more time on the airplane than I did in Spain. And she said, "That's enough. You need to schedule it." So I started scheduling time for myself so that if I would go somewhere and say, I'm going to stay a day on the front end or on the back end, I'm going to try and stay a day everywhere to experience a little bit of the culture. Certainly enjoy food no matter where I am in the world. Get an opportunity to experience some of those things and see some things. And I know I've taken advantage of that in the last handful of years, which has been great. I do miss the travel. COVID was rough, right? We all stuck at home for such a long time, but certainly we're on the other side of that now. So, before we wrap up, I definitely wanted to ask everybody the same question, which is, what's your favorite aircraft and why? And I've gotten some really great answers that caught me off guard. But, if you've got the opportunity to call out a favorite, which one would it be?
Yeah, difficult question just because, as you understood, I'm more focused on engines. So because of that, I would select the 777, even Dash 300, because G9115. Wow. And testing such an engine in a test cell, I had the chance to work on that. There is a lot of parameters to consider. Interference between fan case, prop. I don't want to be too technical, but on physics side, we are at the limit of a lot of things. So physics is investigating in a lot of points with this technology. So probably in the coming years, we will have new technologies, whatever, but I will always remember when I first met this engine, wow, learning, amazing, like a kid. So this would be the 777 because of the engine itself.
That's very fair. I heard this, and I'm pretty sure that it's correct, that each GE90 engine has more thrust than the Apollo rockets did that took man to the moon, which is pretty amazing. And they strap two of them to this airplane, and they take off and land every 8 to 12 hours and turn around an hour later and do it again. So you're correct that the physics is pretty wowing. Somebody was talking to me about the 747-8. It's almost 1 million pounds maximum takeoff weight. To think about 1 million pounds, flying at 600 miles an hour at 40,000 feet and flying for 20 hours, it's amazing to me to think about, human beings made this thing go. It's pretty wild. Well, listen, it's really neat to be able to hear from people who do stuff differently and experience different things. I really am an airframe guy. Rick is my engine guy. I don't even mess with engines. For the most part, I don't even talk about them because my brain is full. I'll let him fill his brain full of that, and I'll fill my brain full of airframe stuff, and, we'll meet when we need to. But it really is so cool to have such a high-level expertise. Now, you were talking about physics. Do you have a physics background, or you just love the science?
No. I was working on physics. I have a master degree, etc. I was close to have an internship to work on rocket, whatever. And I realized that it's a passion, but it will be difficult to make it a job.
Right.
So I kept this love for physics because you understand the world. Physics is only understand how it works. That's
right.
it. And I found this product that allow me to continue to learn and to have this passion and to make my life, my career around that, to try at least, So it's a good balance. Fair enough for me.
Yeah.
So no, I consider myself still as a physician, to be honest, in terms of learning, reading a lot of articles, quantic kind of stuff. Amazing.
Well, I tell you, I love learning new stuff, and I spent all my time really trying to learn whether it's about teamwork or whether it's about, how to be a better leader within the organization and how to do stuff differently. And it's very fulfilling when you're constantly on that journey to learn more. I would like to say I did take college level physics. My professor probably would not have recommended I go into any physics, especially if life was on the line. I was not a great student, but I certainly loved the logic of the way that the physics worked, which is one of the reasons why I took the class, was because it was awesome to go and sit and do labs. Is there anything you want to conclude with, or any final words you want to give us here at Parting?
No, just to thank you. It's always a pleasure to discuss with the people in this industry, to meet like this event. It's always a great opportunity. And thanks God, COVID is over.
Absolutely.
We have the chance to meet in person. And I would ask everybody that we are humans first. So emails are great, but meeting in person, it's much better.
Well, David, thank you again for being here with us on the Nose to Tail podcast. It's been a great time today, and really learned a lot about what you do and a little bit about you and a little bit about physics, I think.
Sure.
We look forward to more episodes to come, and we will talk to everybody soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to our podcast, Nose to Tail. Please like and subscribe to our channel. Presented by Jet Midwest.